Hi guys, I'm Shmi, hello and welcome back to the channel where it is a beautiful morning out here in Dubai. It is even more beautiful though because we are surrounded by many Ferraris. Today is the parade over towards the F1 Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi. We're here at the new Tayer Motors Ferrari dealership in Dubai and I'm going to be driving in the F8 Tributo. My first time in the new F8, the new mid-engined supercar from Ferrari. Let's have a quick look around then at all of the cars, introduce the F8 as a LaFerrari just goes by. A LaFerrari just went down Sheikh Zayed Road. That's presumably coming here in just a moment. We will, go check out the car, get ready. This looks set to be a pretty awesome drive ahead. We are surrounded by the most epic of lineups, of course, with the Ferrari LaFerrari arriving. That's going to be leading today's parade. Sounds so good, but you can see we've got Speciales, F12s, 812s, 488s, you name it, everything is here today. We've also got Lussos, we've got the new Pista, we've got the 812, the F12 Speciale, another blue Pista just behind, and then this is the car that I am going to be driving today, the new Ferrari F8 Tributo. It followed on from the 488 GTB, effectively a heavy refresh, a heavy midlife cycle update for the normal car with learnings from the Pista itself, so the engine, and in fact the name of the car, Tributo, is to pay tribute, the Italian word for tribute, to that. The 3.9 litre twin turbocharged V8, then in this is making 720 horsepower, effectively as much power as the Pista, but mixed into the car that is more compliant, more usable. In terms of the aero, it actually incorporates some learnings as well from the Pista itself. So for example, around the front, you have the S-duct, where air comes through the lower section of the bumper, up out over the front to help push it down more at the nose. It has things like the radiators using learnings from the 488 Challenge cars to help basically make it 10% overall more aerodynamically efficient. Around the back, you can see the blown spoiler where air can flow underneath it, again, to work in sync and harmony with the diffuser that you have down at the back, traditional Ferrari style with active flaps underneath, which can push down to help the car have more stability at speed. So around the outside, distinct Ferrari touches. These large twin exhaust tailpipes, quad tail lights that you see at the back. Let's have a quick glimpse at the interior of it as well here, just to show you what we've got. Inside, still pretty focused. We've got the sporty seat option going on in here. We've got lots of carbon fibre. It's 30 kilos lighter than the outgoing 488 GTB, while also being 50 horsepower more. We've got the start button right here on the steering wheel. Let's bring it into life. There we go. Got some V8 rumbling away, revs up to 8,000 RPM. We'll experience some of that out on the roads, driving with all of these. Check out that view. I'm at the steering wheel of an F8 Tributo, and that is my view in front of me right now for what's coming up, with the LaFerrari just parked up over that way. I think this looks set to be pretty fun for the day ahead. So, we're going to hit the roads. I think it's about an hour and a half to get to Casa Ferrari over at Formula 1, the Ferrari house, and who even knows, we might even see more when we get there. For now though, I think we've got a briefing inside, back in the car, out onto the roads. Let's do this. Have a look all around at the moment at all of these cars. To give you a quick rundown of the cars that we've got here, we've got the 812 Portofino, F8 Portofino, F12, 812 430 Spider, Scuderia, Pista, 812. We've got an F12 612 Scaglietti, 458 Speciale, 812 FF, 488 Spider, Portofino, 488 Spider, FF, Pista, 812 F12 Speciale, the LaFerrari at the end. Up in the showroom, we've got a 488 Spider, Portofino, and an F12 as well. We've got more cars this way, Pista, Portofino, GTC4 Lusso, Portofino, 458 Spider, Portofino. There's a 458 Spider over at the back, 488 360, GTC4 Lusso, 812 Lusso, 488 California, and an F12 down at the end. What a lineup of amazing Ferraris, so many of the modern and some special editions as well. That in the full blue looks stunning, and of course at the end we have the greatest, the LaFerrari as well, to lead the parade. I think we've got to go inside though for the briefing before we can go out on the road. We've had the briefing, engines are now starting up, and I have found this guy, Mr. STG is back.
Hello again. You can't get rid of me in this car.
No, this thing stands out a mile away. Yellow 488 Pista, you are a very lucky guy driving this.
Very lucky guy. I'm very excited. I'm in heaven. It's Ferrari heaven for me. Look
You're even wearing the cap. We've got all the cars starting up. We did actually hear during the briefing another LaFerrari that blasted by. I'm not quite sure where it is, but as you can hear, engine starting, V8s, V12s everywhere. Just kind of don't look away for a second. Roof's going down. It is boiling hot today. In fact, it's been quite cool while I've been out here in Dubai so far. Today though, a bit of an exception. But this is the car then for me. So let's come round, let's get this started up as well, and we will get on out, I think, on the road. I'm not quite sure where we'll join the line. It would help if I actually unlocked the car. There we go. And have some fun. I've pulled a sneaky one. We've kind of gone in the wrong direction, but we're now behind the LaFerraris, and yes, a LaFerrari Aperta has joined in. I didn't see it arriving while we were maneuvering and trying to go out the car park in the wrong direction. Let's just turn down the fan speed a touch. But yeah, double LaFerraris and a whole lot of other Ferraris, and fun times ahead. We are rolling out then behind the LaFerraris. This is then my first kind of half a kilometre driving in the F8 Tributo, following both of these. Let's just close the windows though, because the first thing that I'm actually noticing is that even though I'm in race mode, this thing is very calm, quiet, and docile. It is not an extreme driving experience, which makes sense. It's the learnings of the Pista in terms of the engine. You can of course turn the Manatino into sport, and then when you're in sport you can press bumpy road mode, which softens it even more. In wet it's always soft, in race or in CT off it's basically significantly firmer. But it's not all that dramatic driving like this. We've got a crazy line behind. If we press auto, start dropping some gears, and it's quieter because it's now got the OPF, so you get some of the sound coming back in from just after the turbochargers. It's such a clean driving feel. The way that you feel the throttle in a Ferrari, and the speed with which it shifts as well, it just blips into the next gear. Look at this. We're just cruising down Sheikh Zayed Road here in Dubai behind two LaFerraris. Behind me we've got a Speciale. I think he's going to come past in just a second. Let's get some noise out of this and see if we can hear the Speciale coming past. And the 430 Scuderia. Wow! If you're the random guys here on the highway, you're like, what is going on? Look at this! We got two LaFerraris! Oh man! Only in Dubai, only in Dubai! Oh, it picks up! It picks up very quickly. That's stupidly cool. That is stupidly cool! This is just crazy. The Speciale, then we've got STG coming past now in the 488 Pista. That does look good. There is something really special about that view, but I tell you what, I'm going to go back into race mode here, and in this car, when you put your foot down, it's ballistically fast. It's so quick. I mean, that's what I experienced with the 488 Pista. We've got the whole swarm of people coming past right now. This thing, I mean, let me just drop it down to second gear, well below the speed limit right now, and it's insane. That's a really nice 70th anniversary F12, and yes, there are speed cameras everywhere out here. If you've ever been here or know anything about driving in the UAE, basically the posted speed limit is 120, but it tells you the cameras flash you at 140. So you get to Abu Dhabi, actually 140 becomes the complete standard, and that's what all the beeps are in the car. It just warns you when you're getting to the speed limit, or the kind of what the car thinks is the speed limit. This view behind is just ridiculous. The shifts are so quick. Madness, absolute madness. This F12 coming past right now, this is really nice. The blue with the yellow touches, the painted number, one of the 70th anniversary packages. The silver Pista is really nice as well. This is like Name the Ferraris as they all come through, as is that 812, all blacked out. I've got a California over to the side of me, and a Portofino that's just tucked in between. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Ferrari dreamland. Swarm then. Every lane of the highway filled with Ferraris, and alongside us now, Portofino. I'm not sure if that car was there earlier on today. Saudi registered. It's a really nice colour actually for the Portofino. Might even be Abu Dhabi blue, I think, something like that, the colour name. Somebody out there I'm sure will correct me. But yes,
Casa Ferrari. Ferrari very much all about these kind of experience type events, and in this case, setting up a house at the Grand Prix along with their hospitality. So we're going to be joining today at least for a bite of lunch, which will be very nice. I'm sure we'll have a great lineup with all of the cars there as well, plus some more. We're off the road then. Just look at this. Those sound good. So does that. And this thing is ballistically fast. It's so quick. It's frantic in the way it does it. It's different to other cars out there, but it's very, very, very quick. Whatever gear you're in, there's no waiting for the turbos. And then we've got this line of cars. And yes, the Portofino roof is going down, which is a very efficient process, he says. Kind of fun actually to see how that works. You've got to watch out what's behind you and the way the roof opens towards the back, but it's pretty quick for a car that when you're inside it basically looks and feels like a coupe. Done. Cool. Ferrari takeover then. The yellow F12 on the right, the yellow Speciale on the left, Ferrari World right in front of us actually. You can see the red roof of Ferrari World, Yas Island. That's cool. Yeah, nice, 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 nice view. What a sound. Oh, that Pista looks nice. So this car isn't technically like the replacement to the Pista, it's the replacement to the 488 GTB and Spider, because there is the Spider version of the F8 as well, sitting alongside as the non-hardcore version of that. Obviously that has the same amount of power, but it's not the same engine. There are different components between the Pista engine and the F8 Tributo engine that give it a different feel. It's not simply a case of you could transplant the engine from one car to the other. I really like that in blue though, it's very smart. Put some stones on the road, just back it up a touch. But yes, you can see the tents here, Yas Marina race circuit, the floodlights up ahead above the palm trees. Even F12s, super nice cars. We've got a blue Lusso coming past as well. What an amazing line of cars we've got here. On the roof of Ferrari World, you've got the Scuderia Ferrari shield up there, painted on the top, which looks very cool when you're up in the air. We are now though arriving at Casa Ferrari. You can see lots of Ferrari flags. We have a bit of a Ferrari traffic jam in front and behind. The entire group of course spread out a bit on the highway over, but now kind of reconnected with the traffic lights coming back in. But this is the home of Ferrari, the Ferrari venue. And I guess it's kind of cool that we're behind a Pista and a Speciale, two different generations of hardcore mid-engine V8 Ferrari. The 4.5 naturally aspirated V8 in the Speciale, 3.9 turbo variant in the Pista. Golf buggies in and around the supercars. And yeah, I guess we're going to be parking up and seeing what's what. All of the cars are rolling through then, a stunning lineup of all of the different Ferraris. We have had a lot of fun with the F8 Tributo, which I've parked here very quickly because they're going to be doing some customer drives with this car afterwards. We've got the two LaFerraris right behind, parked side by side, and then this endless line of Ferraris, predominantly a very red lineup, some yellows, some blues, some other colours as well. Silver Pista, yellow Pista, STG's car. Yes, that's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and this has done a perfect job for the drive today. I've actually really enjoyed getting to know this car, getting to feel what it's about and see the differences, especially between it and the Pista. It is a softer drive, it is a more usable drive, a more versatile drive, and a different driving experience overall. This really is an incredible lineup. We have some more cars for sure that are now part of the display of Ferraris that we've got here, but let's have some final thoughts about the F8 Tributo then, having now had a first opportunity to drive it. One thing I'm going to show you very quickly in the front, and of course we've got the key here, you can open this from either inside the car or by pressing the button. Out here in the UAE, these cars actually have to carry a spare wheel, which means you lose a lot of the storage space. Now if you didn't have that, of course you could fit some decent sized luggage actually inside the front compartment, but this is where you can see through the S-duct and see a little bit more about how that works. A smaller opening than you would find in the Pista, but of course it's not quite such a track orientated car. Give that a click down there just to close it. The wheels, I'm not the biggest fan of this wheel design, I'm not gonna lie, that's not my favorite. I do prefer the design overall visually of the car versus the 488 GTB. Like I say, it is effectively an updated version. There are panels and things that are the same, for example the roof line, for example parts of the door, and having the openings for the side scoops here. The engine, as always, is a work of art, an amazing thing to look at. You've got the red top over the very top of it, and just set really deep and low down inside the engine, and it's quite a throwback to some of the older Ferrari designs to have these openings as well in the glass at the very rear of it. Then around the back itself, down here, like I said, you've got the active flaps, a very menacing looking diffuser, clearly set for purpose, these black exhaust tailpipes, and the rear of this looks really sharp, especially when you see the 3D shapes to it as you come around towards the side, the way it cuts in underneath that small ducktail that it's got at the back of the spoiler, and then comes around towards the rear bumper as well. So just to show you a few quick things on the interior of the car. He says I do need to unlock it in order to be able to do that. Get the traditional beeps as it opens up. Inside here, as I mentioned, we have the sportier seats. They're finished in a very nice way though, with the perforations, with the centre contrast colour, contrast stitching as well. Ferrari steering wheels are always magnificent. The carbon fibre LED driving zone on this car. Start button here. The Manatino with the various different race mode selections. It's a very well made interior, it has to be said. Really nice setup. And then there's enough room for some luggage behind as well. We had our bags behind the seats because of also losing that space up at the front. Overall though, good things to say. You can tell the differences between this and the Pista. You can tell that this is the version of the car that is created more for everyday versatile driving, using out in the real world or just driving out on the roads, and really and truly a very dailyable two-seat mid-engine supercar. Although that is a strange and slightly ironic thing to say in the first place. Noticeably less hardcore than the Pista, but a stunning drive today with all of these, with the two LaFerraris up at the end. A first drive in the F8 Tributo, chasing them. Could it get any better out here in the sunshine in the UAE? So a huge thanks to Ferrari for this opportunity to drive the car, and of course thank you very much to you for taking the time to watch the video. I appreciate your support an awful lot, and I'll see you again very soon. Cheers!